Hi, everybody. Dorothy here. I'm a professional astrologer, and we're going to talk about the astrology for the next 2 days. And what I mean by that is what's going on Wednesday and Thursday. So August 17th and August 18th, we're coming into the last quarter lunar phase. So there is that, which is about what am I going to start picking and sorting and really focusing on. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some positive aspect between Venus and the moon and Jupiter. The moon's in her own exaltation. She loves being in Sun and Taurus. We're really happy about that too. So that gives us a lot of positive things to work with. And we also have some harder aspects, which we're going to talk about, the quincunxes. And those are definitely about making adjustments, focusing on details that allow an evolutionary change to happen or allow, a transformation to happen. So let's get right to it. We're going to share the screen and we're going to get started. I share the screen because I like to teach. I don't have my classes listed yet. I have been trying for days to get that stuff posted, but it is what it is. And let's talk about the astrology for today right now. So here is just a noontime chart. I'm doing a noontime chart for my time zone. Again, everybody's in a different time zone, different latitude, longitude. So the house placements will be different for everybody. So I don't talk about that, but I do talk about what is going on for everybody, no matter what. I do Eastern Daylight Time right now, so you will have to adjust for your time zone. Other than that, this is happening for all of us. And our perspective, or is this interacting with us personally, that will also vary from person to person. Okay, good. What are we going to talk about here today? So on the 17th, the first thing I want to talk about, it's just before noontime, and we have the moon, Eastern Daylight Time. The moon at 7 degrees of Taurus makes a square aspect to Venus at 7 Leo. And then Venus throughout today, and it peaks for early in the morning before sunrise on the 18th, the peak aspect between Venus and Jupiter. So that's what I'm looking at right there. I'm going to draw it out for you, so you're able to see it even better, especially for those who can't read a chart. So I'm just looking at this, and I'm going to tell you in plain English what that means. So this is wonderful. We even have the sun and the moon together in this aspect on the 17th as well. So this tells us that we have some new energy available to us to focus on what we love and value. That's that moon in Taurus. And the square aspect over there to Venus gives us that opportunity. It's like, well, what am I passionate about? We're going to ask, what am I passionate about? What do I want to focus on? What do I love? What do I value? So you're going to want to stop long enough to ask yourself those questions. What do I love? What do I value? What's important to me? The moon in the sign of Taurus for the next couple of days is about just that, the emotional connection to what we love, what we value, what's important to us. A lot of times when I see the moon in Taurus, it's also an opportunity to just engage in good company, good food, play, and have a great time. The Venus aspect that is part of this whole conglomeration for the 18th, the 17th, and the 18th of August. I mean, if you've felt stuck and feel like you can't get moving in any way, then just find just a little wiggle room to do something that's creative. Excuse me, even if you just sit down and have a 20-minute, like, just chanting or just sitting there, just watching a butterfly. I don't care what you do, but it's important that we create space for ourselves. And that's when we have the tough aspect, which is this quincunx, which makes a yod right here, a really tough aspect right there. And so 2 tough aspects to the sun. And I talked about it in the last video, and it's coming to the peak now. And it's really difficult. And we even have Mercury making a quincunx over to Saturn. So it's very difficult for us to communicate what it is that we think we want and need. So when we have beautiful moon in Taurus, wanting us to really identify what it is we value and to bring the things around us that we love and value that make us feel comfort. And then we can engage in what we're passionate about. That's Venus and Leo. I mean, that's the nature of Leo. And then it makes that beautiful trine aspect to Jupiter in Aries. And that is all about, redefining or defining, because it's retrograde, but defining what you need personally. What you need personally. So the aspects all together for the 17th and the 18th have everything to do with you redefining what you value. And if you're feeling stuck, to find, because there is a lot of fixed energy in this chart, finding just enough wiggle room where you can just do one little thing. Like Eckhart Tolle would say, if you feel stuck, just do anything. Just do anything. Even if it doesn't feel like it's exactly what you want, it doesn't matter. Just move in that direction. And that's what we get to do with this. And it is about our own perspective and how we want to focus on that. Okay. Now we have another aspect, another transit that I want to talk about. And let me grab that. And that's the last quarter. Here it is. It's the last quarter in the sign of Taurus. This is when the moon, here it is at 26 Taurus, makes a 90-degree angle over here to the sun at 26 Taurus. Now, that final square between the sun and the moon in this lunar cycle, whether we're looking at the monthly cycle or the very long lunar gestation cycle, this is the last 9 months in a 3-year process. But just looking at what we have going on here right now in another whole way, this is about, it's about like, here's all this stuff. It's like all the piles on your table, right? And it's just like, which is most important? What do I want to step into? What do I want to take action on and move towards, and just sort of back burner some other things? And if you don't know what that means, it's slang here in the US, it just means, putting some other things aside for now. We're not forgetting them completely, but just putting the least important things aside for now. This is a very a period of lunar phase, which is a lot about putting things into action. And you can see that that square comes to the peak of that quincunx, and that yod is still in action. So this square creates enough tension to get your attention. So if you've been sitting on your hands and haven't been doing, I'm using a lot of analogies today. If you've been sitting on your hands and haven't been doing something, and you've been needing to, this can be a lot of motivation to get things out of the way so you have the space that you need. This on the East Coast of the United States is just after midnight. You can see here on Friday the 19th. But if you're on any other time zone, it will be late in the night on the 18th. So that's why I actually have it included here. Now, so there is that. That's a period. I'd start a new paragraph if I was writing this out. I also want to remind you that we had a full moon lunar eclipse on November 19th, 2021, and it is in the exact same place that this fourth quarter is. So if you are curious, because that's part of the lunar gestation cycle. So 9 months ago, we had November 19th, 2021, full moon lunar eclipse, 26 degrees Taurus. I'm going to double check. Here's my calendar for last year. Yes, just making sure. Yes, November 19th. And it was at 27 degrees of Taurus, so all within 1 degree. Look back, what was illuminated? What did you know? What did you see? What did you understand? What was going on for you? This is why it's so important to pay attention to how you're feeling and what you're processing at every new moon and every full moon, because they are actually connected to other lunar events that are very similar. So we have an opportunity here with all of these transits over the next couple of days, and there's a lot of them here, just 3 or 4, but it turns into an awful lot when we put it all together like this. So what are you working towards? I'm going to ask you those questions. What do you feel stuck on that you just need to create a little wiggle room? How are you doing that? How are you creating that wiggle room? Sometimes we have to just put down everything that we're juggling and pick back up what's most important. And that's what I want us to do in this last quarter lunar phase, while we have the blessing of Venus trining Jupiter, which means whatever we choose, it is a benefit for us. And then, we did have that moon squaring Venus, so that added to it. All right. That's what we got going on right there. I am not done yet though, because I didn't mention in the beginning, Astro Dice. And if you're new here, welcome, and hit that subscribe button and come find me, Dorothy Morgan, astrologer.com. We always like to do a roll of the dice at the end. It is just what else the spirit wants us to know. And then we pull a card from this deck. So let's give it a roll. So Moon in Capricorn in the 11th house is what I rolled. So the energy, that's not what's in the sky. That's just a roll of these dice. Moon, I'll write it down. I'm going to forget what I just said. Moon, Capricorn, 12th house. Nope, I said 11th house. Moon in Capricorn in the 11th house. So this is about being very organized and very grounded in a group. So somebody here is trying to figure out how to put together a group of like-minded people, whether you want to start your own, I don't know, community on YouTube, Facebook community, whatever it is, this is about that. So, you know, you picking up the baton, if you will, and there's another analogy. I'm full of them today. picking up whatever, you know, and being the leader of a group. So that is something that you can look at, process, and think about. Maybe that's just your message from spirit that you've been waiting for a while. I know I have a lot of things to do. My vacation didn't end up being a vacation just because of course I stayed home and I worked. I have to plan better next time, which is fine. It's fine. I have a lot to do, and what am I going to back burner? What am I going to put on the back burner for now? Because I have a few things that are just need to be right up front, and I got a lot done, but I still have a few things that I really wanted to get done and I didn't do it. So I picked the card of the Elder, which is the Buck. What does that represent to you? To you, you can have your own meaning of this. It doesn't have to be what I think. But that Elder card, again, it's like the Moon in Capricorn. It's about our ancestors and our elders. I've just been doing some ancestry research for my mom, right? So she just discovered that her middle name is her grandmother's first name. She never knew that. So that was beautiful. But anyways, that was just a personal story. But yeah, I mean, and the Elder card wants us to honor, just like the Moon in Capricorn, those before us, those who have more knowledge than us, those that we can seek as mentors or counselors. And so if you're having some issues with something in the things that I've already mentioned, and you need just a little more help with direction, then reach out to an ancestor, an elder, a mentor, etc., somebody you respect. So you can do that too. All right. I think we're going to stop right there. Thank you so much. And please, please engage. We love it when you engage. I'm here to talk to you and answer questions, and I will see you next time.